we have more substantial chat now.
Yeah,
And
we have a few
yeah,
people here hanging out, talking, conversing about conference in general. It's really nice to see you all come in, and thank you all for joining us. Um, for everyone here in LA, you get a free T-shirt worn by Shirt Guy for a random 5-minute segment of this presentation. Fantastic. He probably did switch shirts every like 30 seconds during the presentation, and they didn't show him at all. The poor guy. Yeah. How did you guys all enjoy the show? Uh,
Us or us?
for you
Or
guys,
that's a,
for you
oh.
guys,
me.
let's talk about the show.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna leave
The
the
comments.
chat to talk about it as well, but yeah,
Mhm.
let's start off with the big one, the start of the show. Let's talk about the fact that we're getting a brand new Quake game. That is probably going to be using the id Tech 6 engine that has been popularized and well known for fans of the Doom reboot that came out last month. What do you guys think about the concept of a new Quake game in the current generation?
I think that's pretty great. You said Quake Live kind of didn't do very well. What? Do you know what the last Quake title was before that?
Quake 4 in like 2003.
Wow. Okay, so it has
Quake
really been a
Live was
while.
also exclusively the multiplayer, and it was
Hmm.
supposed to be like the new competitive circuit thing. Let me check and
But it
see when
just
the last
didn't. It
Quake
just
came
didn't
out.
really. Just didn't really take off, huh?
It took off, but then Bethesda made people pay for it when it was originally free to
Oh,
play.
okay. Hmm.
But yeah, Quake is a big deal because it was one of the first games to adopt, well, one of the first FPS games to adopt 3D rendering, the 3D rendering and acceleration processes that essentially made it an excessively popular game, especially in 1997 where speedrunning started becoming a popular thing. It was one of the first games to have a company-run speedrunning contest back in '97,
Interesting.
so it's a big deal.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Bu-
that
bu- bu-
game. I
bu-
mean, obviously we didn't see gameplay, but it definitely is promising based
Yeah,
off what we've seen for Doom.
it looks like
Uh,
Quake 4 was the last title. Actually, no, Enemy
God.
Territory Quake Wars was the last one,
Okay.
which was in 2007.
Oh,
So,
okay. So it's still kind of been a while.
yeah.
Even though we did go quick live, but so beyond what was after that? Did they lead right
Uh,
into Fallout stuff?
no,
Yeah. Hmm?
they discussed their accolades, and
Oh,
then they
right.
talked about the Elder Scrolls Legends.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Which I'm personally indifferent on, but I understand for
Yeah,
some people it would be
for
exciting.
for some people, I mean, card games are kind of a weird niche thing, especially in our current point of gaming. But the Elder Scrolls Legends does look like it won't be that bad of a thing if Bethesda can do it right, and balance it as long as it does well. But they have a lot to compete with if they make it a paid game because Hearthstone is free, and both games
Mhm.
are uh, dynamically the same thing.
Right. So I thought that was interesting. I guess
And all the
from
Fallout stuff.
all that stuff
Yeah,
that
the
all looks
Fallout
good.
DLC, especially the workshop expansion where
Yes.
you
Hmm.
can make a Rube Goldberg machine for some reason. Uh, Also, the expansion to what was the DLC after? Oh, the Build Your Own Vault DLC. Right. I think that's going to be excessively exciting. They're basically making the workshop content a huge priority with the DLC expansions. It looks because that was also a big thing with the Automatron update, where you could make your own like Automatron robot and have it be your companion and everything. I think that's really cool.
Right.
But the
I
Nuka
think we'll
World DLC is
definitely.
going to be pretty interesting to see.
I think we're definitely going to see some amazing creations by the community with the what was it called, the workshop stuff, like wherever you can make the Rube Goldberg with. I
Yeah,
think we're gonna like see people put some stuff together in some amazing ways. I mean, stuff like that is always great to see because it's in the community. There's always going to be some people who are so creative and they find some amazing application. So
yeah,
while I won't experience it personally, I'm looking forward to seeing videos of what people come up with.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's also going to be pretty interesting to see the mods that come from these DLC as well. Because as I mentioned during the Build Your Own Vault reveal, there is already a mod that lets you build your own vault. But it looks like now that the thing is official, that person is probably going to make a mod that expands on the Build Your Own Vault DLC. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting to see what happens in the future. But yeah, the new DLC lineup, the DLC roadmap looks pretty interesting for Fallout 4. I haven't picked up any of the DLC yet, but seeing what they're doing with the DLC, I now understand why they made the season pass $60 after it was originally $30. Because it looks like they have a lot planned for it.
Yeah. And then after that, they announced that Fallout Shelter would be coming out on PC.
Yeah, and they were also adding quests. They were revamping the combat system.
Yeah. Did you guys play that game on?
I love that game. It's a great mobile
I didn't know. I'll probably try it on PC. I'm assuming it'll be a free download.
Yeah, it's a free game. It's a free game.
I think I'll definitely try it on the PC.
It's a lot of fun. If you like life management sims, then it's pretty good.
I'll probably enjoy it.
It's a really fun game.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pretty interesting to see how you're going to be allowed to make a vault in the new DLC for Fallout 4. Now that I think about it, because I don't know if they're going to just give you a brand new vault to build from scratch, or if you're going to be able to like rebuild Vault 111. So we'll see.
Sure.
They also showed off the Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood expansion, along with revealing that there's going to be an update called One Tamriel, which removes the level restriction of most quests and allows you to play with just about anyone, group up with anyone without any level restriction, so you can explore the world as you please. I think that is a great idea for an MMO, especially one that is looking to build an audience and has already built a pretty major audience, it looks. It looks like the Elder Scrolls Online had a very rough start, but it looks like it's been gaining steam since they've been working on it. So I'm pretty excited to see what they have up next. Then the other bomb that a lot of us heard about, like a rumor, and I didn't believe it, but it's here and it exists. Skyrim Special Edition, the Skyrim Next Gen Remaster, current gen remaster, which looks gorgeous. It looks like a lot of the mods I used on PC. Like a lot of the volumetric lighting mods, the upres mods. It looks gorgeous.
Interesting choice of title, Special Edition, but I think it's a good title. I mean, whether it's clear to people that it's next gen,
I would call it current
I don't
gen.
know. Oh yes, sorry, that terminology hasn't really clicked into my head yet. I think it's a good title. I'm just curious as to how it will click with consumers.
Yeah, I think the fact is that a lot of people spent thousands of hours on Skyrim, and I think the main reason why they're doing the special edition now is because they want people to experience it again in like a brand new, the brand new engine. They showed off the gameplay and everything, but I have a firm belief that they're probably also revamping the combat, or at least the movement and everything a little bit, to make sure that it feels a little bit more playable. I hope this makes the loading times better, because if anyone's ever played Skyrim on console, the loading times are abysmal back on Xbox 360 and PS3.
I'm assuming this will include all the DLC as well.
I assume so, yeah. My question is, how are they going to handle the PC release? Because a lot of fans have spent thousands of hours on the original version, have modded the ever-loving hell out of it, have all the DLC and played through them multiple times. A lot of people probably have played through the games like at least 100 times since it came out in 2011. Are they going to give that as a discounted upgrade, or are they going to give it to them for free? It really depends on what they do with it.
I would...
And hopefully it will run on PS4. Remember that this Skyrim didn't run on PS3 that well?
Yeah, it didn't run very well on Xbox 360 either.
Well, it ran better than on PS3.
Well, yeah, but PS3 also has an issue with
here,
HDD loading.
And at least here, it'll definitely run better on PS4 than on Xbox One. Although we don't really know, because maybe that game will take advantage of the new Xbox One.
Yeah. And also, having console mods for Skyrim on console is going to be a big deal. Because there are a ton of mods for Skyrim. Like, a ton. The amount of mods for Skyrim, there are probably more mods on Skyrim than any other game in the world. There are just thousands upon thousands. So it'll be interesting to see how many of those mods that I'm so familiar with, like combat revamp or increase or like better villages and towns, all sorts of things. I wonder how many of those mods will make it back into console form, because I wouldn't mind playing Skyrim again in this special edition if I can get a combat revamp mod going for it, because I really don't like melee combat in Bethesda games. But yeah, it looks exciting, to say the least. It looks really good. I particularly like the way that everything looks. It looks natural, and it looks really nice, I'd say, is the big deal. What was after this? They talked about Doom a little bit. They touched on Doom very briefly about the free content updates. They talked about new multiplayer modes, 2 new team-based ones, and 3 free-for-all modes. And then they talked about the DLC roadmap as well for the very first multiplayer pack, which is exciting, especially with the idea that we'll be able to make snap map levels using the Hell layout, because all we can do right now is use the UAC facility, so it's going to be exciting to use the Hell layout as well. Also, Prey.
Prey, yeah.
How could we forget about Prey?
One
Prey,
of the biggest surprises of this.
Yeah, I thought it was System Shock at first, but I'm an idiot because System Shock is not Arcane Studios. But Arcane Studios is pretty busy, it looks. They have Dishonored 2 under wraps, it looks, and now they're working on Prey. And for those unfamiliar, Prey is I think it's very nice that the Quake gameplay is showing up right now, but Prey is a very interesting game to bring back, especially because the last time we heard of Prey was when it was planned to get a sequel back in 2006, and rumors have been going in and out since.
Also, I just want to give you, provide a quick update. This is official. If you own Skyrim and all of its add-ons, or own Legendary Edition on Steam, you'll get a free upgrade to Skyrim Special Edition.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Bethesda. You understand. Yeah, I own all the DLC in the game, and I've beaten it once. I love exploring the world. It's a really good world exploration game. But yeah, Prey. I think it looks really interesting. I've never played Prey, like the original Prey, but I want to see what they do with this one, because I've heard about like the ability to alter gravity and everything from Prey, and how interesting it was. So I'd like to see how it is handled in our current generation. Also, the trailer looked really good. Like I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, well, I've never played Prey. But, I mean, I know about it, but...
Yeah, I've never played Prey either, so...
You know, I'll give it a shot this time.
Yeah.
By the way, so...
And,
yeah, talk about Dishonored, because...
yeah, last things last. Dishonored 2. What do you guys think?
Looks awesome.
It looks awesome. I wasn't sure what to expect. At first, I was like, this is a little bit slow. But as soon as they got into showing some of the different abilities, I thought they looked very cool.
Yeah,
I especially love the time bending one.
I think they had to explain like what's going on, because a 15-year lapse is a crazy amount of time for a game to have a sequel. Like that is a crazy amount of time to switch between games. But yeah, it looks interesting to say the least. I was a fan of Blink-182. I was a fan of Dishonored 1, but like I wasn't too into it because the gameplay kind of felt sluggish to me. But I think it's because I just wasn't being creative enough. And it looks like in Dishonored 2, they're upping the amount of creativity you can have with a lot of the new with a lot of the new abilities and verticality choices. It looks like they're upping the amount of creativity you can have with how you go about getting to your objective. So I think that looks great.
And they announced a collector's edition for the game.
Yeah, with the mask and the ring.
Yeah, and it cost $99.99.
Yeah,
and it's available for pre-order now.
Yeah, So go pre-order it if you want to get it. Apparently
it'll
Jim
probably
Sterling
sell
is
out
going to
soon.
get it, even though he hates collector's editions. He has a mask thing.
Mhm.
It's weird. Okay.
Oh, and if you buy the collector's edition for Dishonored 2, you get the Dishonored Definitive Edition for free.
Yeah.
It's a digital. It's a digital copy. So
Yeah. That's pretty exciting.
that's a good deal.
Yeah, they basically want to make sure that you keep up with the story. So that's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what would you rate the Bethesda conference?
So what did I give the other? I think I gave the other one a 6.
6, yeah.
I feel like I would give this like a 7.5.
I'd give this an 8. It
Yeah,
showed us
I'm going with an 8
it
too.
showed everyone what they wanted basically. Everyone wanted to see Elder Scrolls stuff, Fallout stuff, Dishonored.
Skyrim.
Yeah, they wanted to see new stuff from id, and we got Quake, and we also got Prey. Like they did show people what they wanted, and they also had a couple of interesting surprises on the side. The pacing was off, but that's the only complaint I would have.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the pacing was deliberate.
It was interesting because at first they showed stuff very quickly, but then they showed so much Dishonored.
Yeah,
So,
they showed everyone what they wanted, and that's all you can really do with these kinds of conferences. But a lot of the stuff was also common knowledge at this point. Not a whole lot of it, but just enough for some of it to be like, okay, go on. But yeah, I'd give it an 8. It was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like the only thing wrong with it was pace, and pace really made it kind of sluggish. Like they could have done everything in 45 minutes if they didn't go on about it. Really, they could have actually have finished the conference on time because they
could have started on time.
Yeah, that is also true.
Maybe that.
Look at this guy with his giant ass iPad. He has like an iPad bigger than your chest, and he's just like doing a pan shot of the entire Bethesda room. That's crazy. I really want to know more about the Nuka World DLC. They showed us a little teaser of it.
We didn't really see anything. I mean, I imagine there'll be rides to ride, hopefully.
Yeah. Even in the Commonwealth, you too can enjoy a wonderful roller coaster ride. Go into the haunted house. Get out of the mirror maze. Could you imagine a mirror maze DLC?
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Just like a mirror maze that's like a whole area on the map, like a giant.
Yeah. Oh man. We're gonna have fun with that. But yeah. That was the Bethesda conference.
Yeah. So how was the? Go ahead.
It's improving. I thought it was an okay start, but this I actually enjoyed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how would you rate this first day of E3?
Oh, so day.
Day. I'd give it a 7.
I would say 6.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I mean, the amount of time between conferences was insane. Like, I actually got a nap in between conferences. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot else you can do when you're waiting between conferences.
Right.
But,
well,
yeah. I mean, I still give it a 7 because there were a couple of nice surprises here and there. In particular on Bethesda's side that made it interesting. I still feel like an idiot for saying System Shock instead of Prey, but I'm tired. Shut up. But yeah, I'm interested in having a very solid experience with Bethesda's games in the future. And they aren't really known for showing things very far in the pipeline. So these are things that we're probably going to be seeing next year or towards the end of this year, which is exciting as well. I'm pretty interested in seeing how Prey turns out next year, because if it's like Dishonored 2, then we're going to be seeing gameplay next year, or at the very least at the end of the year. But yeah.
I like this first day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I like that we had the 4-hour break, because tomorrow is going to be more hectic.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to nap in between conferences. It's going to suck.
You might be able to take a nap between Ubisoft and Sony's.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think I'm going to want to, though. I'm going to be too hyped for Sony's conference.
Yep, and...
I'm actually pretty interested in Microsoft conference, too, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, well, for that, though, I think their biggest reveal got leaked anyway, so...
Yeah.
And that was a new Xbox.
Yeah, that is true. We'll see, though. They did a shrugging ASCII emote, so... as a response for that. So I'm guessing that they still don't really mind that people are so hyped that they want to know more about Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sony hasn't had any major leaks I've noticed
games.
either, which is pretty interesting. I'm actually going to take a look at the Skyrim Special Edition again because the amount of update, like if you're watching the stream right now, just take a look at the comparisons and just take a look at how muddy everything looks in the last gen and how much everything just looks in the remastered versions. Like, they have volumetric lighting, dynamic lighting, depth of field. They have bump mapped textures now. It looks gorgeous. Like, I would totally explore Skyrim again just to see all the worlds all the areas that I thought were really nice looking in the original version. I would love to see how they look in this one.
And just heads up, the demo for Doom is now on PSN.
Yeah, so go download that because Doom is an
It'll be available
amazing
for a week.
game. So go download
Only
that.
1 week.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the first level, so
Yep.
try it out.
So that was day -1 of E3. Day 0 is coming very soon.
Jeez.
Yep.
I don't even want to think about that. It's just
it's gonna be
so
crazy.
So much stuff.
Yep.
But I mean, it's E3 and we love E3. So
yeah, E3 is a fantastic time for us, even if we're too busy to help with it.
Yeah.
But yes, join us tomorrow for Microsoft's conference. That is at noon, I believe.
I think like some weird like half hour. I think it's on a half hour. I feel like. Let's check right now. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's make sure.
Yeah, I should really get my schedule straight.
And if you guys are still here, and if you want to know about Zelda, we made 2 analysis videos today.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We did talk about detailed stuff. Noah is going to be playing Zelda Wii U at Nintendo NYC this weekend, and he'll be able to offer his opinions this following weekend.
Indeed. Matter of fact, if you guys have any questions, feel free to tweet them at me at Dashy007. I'm trying to gather questions now, so when I play, I can try to answer those questions.
Yes,
so
and use our hashtag that we have for E3.
Yeah, hashtag BKE3Live.
Yeah, and
yes, the very first pre-show is actually going to be at 8:30 a.m. Because the Microsoft conference is at 9:30.
9. Okay, dang.
The conference is going to be at 9:30 Microsoft.
9:30 a.m. Pacific.
So we're actually going to start the pre-show at 9 because we aren't exactly going to have a whole lot of time between it. So yeah, meet us back here at 9 a.m. So that we can enjoy the Microsoft conference together.
Unfortunately, I will not be there tomorrow. I'll be very tired and bloody.
Yeah, he's having his wisdom teeth taken out. Yeah. So no one won't be joining us, but we will have, I believe, Jackson joining us. And Kuro at the end of the, probably towards the tail end of Sony.
Yep.
So we'll be able to do a discussion tomorrow. Yeah, so we're going to be covering all of E3, so feel free to join us along for this crazy ride because there are no brakes on this hype train. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Until tomorrow, this has been Noah and Armando.
Yep.
And I've been Tyler, host of the stream today. Tomorrow, Armando is going to be the main host. So yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for watching.
Bye.